What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hopefully you're having a good day, enjoying your week so far. Everything's going well for you. Things are on the downward slope. It's hopefully a pretty lengthy weekend if you're lucky enough to have the holidays off next week. Yeah, let's jump back into FF16. So, last time we played, the world was kind of like coming off the rails. Like Akashic monsters are running around, killing people everywhere. They're making a siege on Canberra, apparently, so that's the next thing that we're gonna go stop. We spent some time around Martha's Rest and Dollar Mill and the in Northreach, helping out our old friends who are like having issues with all the monsters running around right now. And let's see, yeah, I think Joshua needs to go to Canberra to meet Yote, and we're going to help them out with their monster problems. So go ahead and let's pick up some of these green quests.
I feel about this, but your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds. I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
Yeah, so we gotta make a trip out to Canberra and see if we can save them from the hordes.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
Meet Yote? Oh, I'm down. Let's pick up all the green and do some of the hunts too. View the hunt board. Could have cleared out all the oh no, there's one more. The pack. A team of curse breakers traveling through Tabor to the fields of Korava were met by a group of hunters from the village who warned them not to stray too far from the main road. For Nagoli, not far hence, arrested a pack of wolves that even such practiced hunters as they would not dare to wait. Despite the fine luster of the animals' pelts, too many of their friends had succumbed to temptation, only to be born torn limb from limb. South of Tabor, Dalmalkia. Then we got 3 quests here, plus quest at the reading table. Or no, quest at Joshua's Joshua's missives.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
We gotta find a way to stop Primogenesis, apparently. Oh, as I say, Harpocrates has a side quest for us, but this isn't Harpocrates. It's the kids.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Surely.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
Sure, what's up?
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
I need help.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Leave it to me. One look at this fucking disappointed dad face and they're gonna hand over everything that they've ever stolen. Abilities, 1,700 points. Pick up. Could pick up Giga Flare. Disarranged. Pick this up just in case I ever need a heal. Upgrade increases the number of hits, allows assignment to any icon. Collateral flames, deal damage to multiple enemies with flames of rebirth. Nice. This little orb in the floor. Okay. The restaurant needs my help.
Seems the hideaway's lost its
Blasted
appetite.
book.
What?
Can you blame?
Another disgusting recipe?
You put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Fine. Did help you on.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit?
What?
Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Well, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Alright. Can do. Don't think Blackthorn has anything new for me, right?
Trouble with your gear, or Sancthornian, do you?
Diamond Sword. Reinforce. Diamond Sword +2. Nah, that's a downgrade. These are all downgrades in the armor section.
That it? Fine.
Bump off. Goots, what do you want?
What am I gonna do?
These guys are enough to give anyone the collywobbles. I'm not gonna sit around hanging my head and twiddling my thumbs. Did enough of that back in Twinside while you were busy fighting that horrible dragon. That even horribler one.
But no more.
From now on, I'm gonna do what you lot do and properly pull my finger out, no matter how much my knees are knocking. Can't have non Blackthorn think I'm a great big wet blanket, now can I? Don't you worry about me. You'll stick to what you do best, saving the world. An eye for an eye.
Is everything alright, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
You would. But I'm not really afraid of it.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Oh, damn, there's a lot of green quests here. Go up here to the missives. Curious to see what Canver's like. Probably a pretty unique little city. Oh, they've got something new for the wall. What we got? Guardian Scarf. With this tippet dyed red for the flames of the Firebird and the blood of his fallen Rosarian brothers, to Surway pledges not only his loyalty, but the loyalty of the Guardians of the Flame. table. Word from Northreach. Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping rid us of the thralls, but we are neither of us so naive to think that we have seen the end of their like. Good Philippe has taken to seeing that we are prepared should the ghouls come once again calling, but I oft worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagine the same might be said of you and your burdens. But remember, should the weight ever become too much, you need to stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors. Isabel. Maddest personae. I will leak up the side differences for the time being, allowing us all to leave all leave to separate snake spit in relative leisure. That's how it has it, we have your better half to thank. She's done a quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery, and your projection, and those stiff limbs of yours, and your continent, and, well, everything else. We wouldn't want to do the name Underhill to the service now, would we? Fuck off, Leemore. Paladins getting rest along, the Guardians are getting along with the axes fine enough. I mean, working to shore up the rest walls when not clearing out what few threats remain down the reeds. The chances are we'd still be neck deep in Kashik had you not given that horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you've a realm to save and all, but if you're ever in need of a quick reviver, come see us and we'll tap you a cask. Flames burn bright. You have an uncanny talent of showing up where you're most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would be in the hands of the Akashic. And us, but more of their nameless numbers. However, with the horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed. While Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you'll forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He's a good man, attentive, polite, hard-working. So as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. You do well to continue aspiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. Wait. Humble request. Sebastian Rutherford. Master Clive, I apologize for this sudden and untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other to whom I may turn. The most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform to his vaulted expectations. Namely, due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. Wit, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend the needs of a manor, to the attending of the bandits in the back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. Please you, my lord, prithee come see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Sebastian Rutherford, Seneschal to Lord Byron Rosefield. Here.
Rutherford? Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Where would he be at Martha's Rest?
My God. Can't be. Alright, got some more quest follow-ups to do here. Aaron. There's so many quests out there right now.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancy silks stained red.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look,
No.
I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Fucking goats. Come here, you little shithead. Hey, the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you fucking tell me to do that?
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad.
Why'd you send me, asshole?
Why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
Oh, you son of a bitch. God damn it.
I suppose it is.
Solve your problems on your own, dude. Didn't you just tell me when I asked you about the skies that you're gonna start pulling yourself up by your boots and taking care of your own issues? Where the fuck do I have to go with you? Goddamn goots.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive.
Thanks, man.
And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Think about it. I'll be honest, you do a lot for me, Harpocrates, so I guess...
I have compiled some
I guess
new
I
entries,
can.
if you would like to see them.
I have to look at the scrolls.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to.
War. An ancient settlement in central southern Dalmatia that seems to cling to the very cliffs which dominate the landscape of the region. Its proximity to the free cities of Canver gives Tabor a ready market for the high quality leather its tanners produce, as well as the salt and minerals mined from beneath it. town's long history of isolation, however, has clouded the hearts of its residents. And then to this day, many remain unwelcome to outside.
Unsweet.
Salt, something of a salt miner myself, you know? Just my own salt. Okay, let's go up here and see what's up then.
The Emperor was impaled on his boat.
Never. Day on the boat. Kinslayer.
Better believe it. It's true. Dude had enough with that little shithead. Turned out to be Ultima.
You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us.
Oh my
How
god.
do you suppose they'll manage that? You ever seen one of the blue bastards swim?
You. That's a death flag if I've ever seen one.
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all striped. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
You fucking break it, you little shitheads. Hell'd you do?
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
And put it back together now. Go on. Teach yourself the ways.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Back to scales.
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Part what you expect. Arm, the pains, or the arm. Fans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
Bigger scale.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Be the arm.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
Here.
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see, it's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Oh yeah?
Then here's what we'll
Show
do.
me.
You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Wow. Neato.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Lying little shits.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
I mean, I ain't no engineer. Don't look at me. This is all your fault still. Speak with Shirley and the shells. Get back and see what Shirley has to say about the whole ordeal.
Oh, the moon, for that matter.
I don't think you're gonna be seeing the moon for a while, unfortunately. Just get used to it.
The battle cries of dread one die, in ruin lies less. As shrinks the glim, so spirits dim, unanswered call oppress.
Wow. My jam.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are.
Aye.
I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, They asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Alright. Easy enough. Some easy renown and some items. Alright. I think we're done here for all that. So let's go ahead, head out into the field and start knocking out some of these side quests then. Oh. I have to go here? I can't go anywhere else? Alright, well I guess we gotta progress some main story then before I can go down there. Where's Tabor? Let me look at the hunt board and then we'll head out there. Hector? Where are these guys at? South of Tabor and Dalmeki. Alright, well, guess I'm heading out then. Go ahead and get to the next story then. As soon as it lets me go, I'm gonna start on those green quests though, and that hunt. What's up with that obelisk? Aww. Oh, got Joshua in the party now, huh? Cloak and dagger.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canville was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Oh, Tabor is over there, huh? Oh, okay. I do have the ability to walk around now. South of Tabor. That's where this is. Oh. Go over here then. Start working on some of these side quests, and then I do see, yes, I do see that. Don't see any other ones. So that should be it for a while, hopefully, while we progress the main story. Northreach, the Holy Empire is sovereign. Go up here and find the food. Stuff to make the dank dragon meal. Place has seen some better days. So dreary, so pink. Alright, let's get out there, Clive.
For the meadows then.
I think I see my skyworm. Come on then, come get you some.
Socrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with.
Got him. First enemy I'm fighting on the stream / today, so I'm not really that upset that I took that hit. Raptor liver. So naturalists believe that it is the blueback wyvern's proclivity to feed on carrion that results in their livers becoming so engorged. That the saints' bonnets with which they follow their meals serve to ameliorate this effect. Others claim that it is the blooms themselves which cause the damage, the wyverns being so taken with the flower's taste that they cannot resist. I'm curious, do I want to go and look at this? I wonder if those are usable yet. And a mimus.
Wyvern's
I'm gonna pick up these flowers and I'm gonna take a trip.
I just need to find the herbs.
Over there.
Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Curious if those are usable yet. I've found my flowers, I think. Other saints bonnet.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Come here, Ambrosia.
Let's go.
I'll just walk over here and see if I can do anything with these tablets yet or no. It is like the end. I did just get a new icon, so maybe. Entirely possible. Raptors. Oh, thank you. I think I'm good. What's going on out here? I see the Ether blood. All these Akashic enemies. Oh shit.